I'm Heather, and I'll be guiding you through this program for starters. Hopefully, you're here because you recognize some unmet potential in yourself. And yes, I meant to say hopefully. Don't be discouraged or ashamed. Those who recognize that they have space to grow are those who fill that space. So, what is a starter? Two things come to my mind when I think about a starter: a flame or a fire, specifically that ignition point. The other thing that comes to mind is, of course, the sports world. Those who are the first on the field or the first on the court, they're the ones who are going to make the biggest difference, the best, at least for the current objectives. Other starters are entrepreneurs, young adults, empty nesters, anyone who's ready and willing to make the most of themselves. Now, it's important to me and you that this is personalized and customized. So I want you to get used to making your own decisions and sticking to your gut. I will give you suggestions if you choose to use them. But if you feel inspired to modify my suggestion to fit your personal agenda, you're actually better off aligning with your intuition. Suggestion number 1, spend 1 week on each step. See how that fits. Give yourself enough time on each step, each principle, to make it a natural part of your life. It may be longer or shorter than a week, but as I've worked with clients, I found a good average to be about 1 week per principle. Now, respect where you're at, respect your current status and your abilities, but when possible, push your pace. Another suggestion, use your workbook if you have one. You're 42% more likely to achieve a goal when it's written. Another suggestion, and this is less of a suggestion and more of a requirement, have an accountability partner. You're 40% more likely to achieve a goal if you have an accountability partner. Now, I don't know if that 40% and the other 40% make 80%. I'm not a mathematician. I'm a coach. Just do it. So do what? Here's the framework. With each of these 6 principles, you're going to have 3 primary tasks, 3 steps to internalization: embrace, eliminate, and consider. This is how I run my coaching sessions. So let me break these down. Each week, you're going to pick one thing to embrace. We don't multitask around here. Don't make a list of things that you want to implement in order to really drive this principle home. Just focus on one action that you can add to your daily routine that helps you internalize the principle. Also, pick one thing to eliminate. We don't realize how many stumbling blocks are so easily removed. Identify a distraction, a discouraging activity, an avoidable burden, something you can remove or at least limit each day for 1 week. Think traffic lights. Green, we're going to add some things. We're going to go. Red, we're going to stop. Now, yellow, how you feel about yellow lights might depend on your personality. But yellow to me means consider, question. Our minds are filled with beliefs, habits, mindsets. Some are helpful, some not so helpful. When we consider, we're going to take a new angle on some of those ideas. After all, questions lead to answers. As you're focusing on your one principle, put all the other principles on the shelf. They'll come. And they'll come better if you're building the proper foundation by giving each step its due. There will be a place for your notes. If you don't have the workbook, find a notebook. Use it. If you want to get a red pen and a green pen and a highlighter, we're going to be really good friends. The more you put into this, the more you're going to get out of it. As a coach, I'm going to help you out with this framework, but I've learned that when I provide all the ideas, the client is less likely to act and therefore less likely to improve. Starters determine their buy-in. It has to be a significant but personal investment in order for you to see movement. Be prayerful, be mindful, and be intentional about the work you do here. Thanks for letting me be your partner. Now let's get started.